I had something happen to me in the airport that just infuriated me. I couldn't find my earphones, and I'm going on a trip for a week. I love listening to sermons, worship music. I like those earphones. So I thought, well, I'll just buy some. So the first place we stopped in Dallas, I said, well, I'll just go in here. So I knew I was going to pay way too much for them. There's a sign on the board with all these earphones that says, please ask an attendant for help. It's the biggest sign on the wall. Right at my feet, there's a woman who obviously works there who she's stocking shelves. I see a stack of these earphones. She's putting them up. I said, ma'am, can you help me? Well, she just looked at me, said nothing, and went back to doing what she was doing. I said, do you work here? She looked back up, nothing. When she looked the third time, I thought, maybe she doesn't speak English. So I go over there, grab the box. When I grab the box, the same woman, she hasn't moved. She looks up at me, and she moves to the checkout. I handed her the box. Wasn't a problem. She scanned it. I look at the
one language everybody understands.
She doesn't say a word. And then, look, in the clearest English you've ever heard, she said, would you like a receipt? Well, I looked over at Missy.
She faked the no English.
And I said, is that the only English phrase you know? She said, no, I speak perfect English. I said, well, what happened over there a while ago? I just couldn't help it. I couldn't let it go. I said, that sign said, ask attendant. That's the only reason I asked you. She said, would you like a receipt? There's a no return policy. She threw that in there. Then I said, why would I need a receipt? She said, that's actually a valid point. I said, well, I don't think I want the receipt. So in that moment, I was so infuriated that I thought, what? Jesus was about conversations. And I said, have you ever read the story of the Tower of Babel? She said, I have no idea what that means. I said, it's strange. It's how we got the different languages. I said, but fortunately, the creator of the universe came to this earth to let us speak one language that we could understand. She just had the strangest look. I said, check it out. It's in the Bible.